it's either in you or either you have it or you don't. And I have the fever. It's called the Bruce fever.
Better ride than any roller coaster, seeing a Springsteen show.
And you just feel the adrenaline rushing from your toes to your head, and you start shaking.
When he walks off that stage and the band walks off the stage, they have given us everything they have.
I would have to say you gotta go. There's no way to explain it.
It's an addiction. When I proposed to my wife 11 years ago, I told her there's one catch. If Bruce ever tours, I gotta be a juvenile and sleep out. You understand that? You won't know me. You'll wonder what's the matter with me, but it's the best bad habit you could have, right?
I guess the best way to say it, it's Bruce.
In 1976, I was trying to get a friend of my brother to go and see this guy in concert. I said, just go, my older brother, go, you know, he's like, oh no, you little kids like him. And I said, you don't understand. He plays for 4 hours, rock and roll, exciting, he's happy, he loves it, it's good music. That's how I still feel that way.
Why do you have to see him more than once? I said, Dad, why do you have to play Pebble Beach more than once? He went, oh.
How about you out there in television land? Have you ever seen the boss? He's awesome. Don't miss him.
It's like a religious experience. Where could you see Springsteen more in his element than in Jersey?
The first child that I conceived was at a Bruce Springsteen concert.
I feel like I have a connection to him.
The lyrics, you just sit and read the lyrics. You don't even listen to the music, just read the lyrics.
It just goes right through you, you know? It's like, you can't get it out of you, you don't want to get it out of you. It's just, it's Bruce, you know? He's the man.
No other man could sell 15 shows in 5 hours. No other band has done it, you know?
Because, you know, it's been so much, it's been like 10 years, right? Am I right, 10 years since the band's been together? Oh, look at right there, it's sold out. 15 shows. Nobody else does that, anyway.
Bruce, baby!
I traveled 3,000 miles to be here today for opening night.
He is the king of New Jersey, the king of rock and roll, the boss of rock and roll. His name is Bruce Springsteen, and there is nobody that can rock like the boss, because he is the man. That's right.
I had a flight this afternoon that got into Newark at 1, and Brad picked me up at the airport, and I said, well, what are we going to do until the concert, you know, hang around Newark? And he said, no, we'll go over and hang out in the parking lot. And I said, well, what are we going to do there?
We got here early. We put together a nice caterer from Newark. We want to serve Portuguese food. We got nice filet. We got nice chorizo. We got nice pork. We got nice chicken. Make 7 gallons of sangria, 2 kegs, a tent, and people.
How many
voila.
How many people?
Well, today's a small party. It's only 60. It's 58. 58. Because, you know, we want to keep it small.
This parking lot.
This is it right here, the parking lot and everything. You know,
everybody's got a Bruce story here. And that's
you see all the real diehard Bruce, and we kind of fall in that category. And so in Iowa, you just got general fans and stuff, and you don't have like the guys who've gone to 100 shows or whatever, and you get to meet all these people. So this parking lot is just a great atmosphere. And you know, to come and see Bruce, part of it also is what's going on out here.
I just love it. I mean, he's come home here and he's just tremendous.
That's really a special thing, in New Jersey with his most hardcore and most dedicated fans.
We're in the parking lot. The crowd is fired up, so that's why we're here. For us, this probably makes our summer one of the greatest ever.
We've been so excited about this for months.
30 years of rock and roll, and he's still here. And we're nuts. He's nuts, the E Street Band's nuts, and the fans are crazy.
But I think this is just fantastic, seeing the number of cars, everybody out here partying. I love the carnival-like atmosphere that they put together. And it's just a sense of camaraderie, of friendship.
This is just a whole community out here of people connecting and being out here for the music.
Going to a show and seeing all these people around you,
feeling the same thing about the music. It just kind of makes you feel like a big family.
You know, 20,000 people get together and they're all in sync and everything. You know, it's one big party. You know, everyone's a friend, everyone's a fan. It's wild. You know, like no other concert I've ever been to.
To see Bruce in New Jersey is like seeing the Pope in Rome at the Vatican. It's a religious experience, it's a party experience, it's a political rally, it's a circus, there's love in the air, it's just, I'm on top of the world.
The lyrics are like a religion to me. They move me. I'm not a religious person. I'm not going to a church every Sunday, but they are just uplifting. They make you feel good.
It was like going to, you know, one of those tent reunions, man. I don't think I slept for 3 days after the first time I saw him. It was just the most incredible thing I'd ever been to.
A religious experience when there's 17,000 people united for a common goal and all pumping their fists in the air, singing a song. You can't describe it. That should describe it in itself. It's a religious, it's what church should be like. If church was like that every Sunday, you'd have parishes filled to the brim, to the rafters.
You know, there's a spirit. It's hard to put in words, of course, like any good religion.
Nothing else matters except the music and Bruce.
I wasn't a Springsteen fan in the beginning. My husband was. I thought he was okay, but you know, what's the big deal? And then we went to see him during the River Tour, and all I can say is it's like a religious experience. You're just there, and he preaches, and he brings you into the fold, and you're his. That's it. It's all over.
I'd sell my soul for Bruce Springsteen.
A good story for you. Me and my wife went on a blind date at a Bruce concert 18 years ago.
Okay.
Yep.
And that's how you met?
Yep.
18 years ago?
Yep.
And you're still with the same wife?
Yeah.
When I proposed, I played Bruce. This is actually our anniversary trip. Our anniversary was a couple of days ago. This is, I mean, we built our whole vacation around this, being able to be here for this one night, so we're excited about it.
Just wanted to share with you the first child that I conceived was at a Bruce Springsteen concert. It was 1985. I'm not lying. Do I look like I would lie? I wouldn't lie over a thing. I was right over there in that building. Bruce was up there working his biceps. I was so convinced that I said to the man next to me, I feel an egg dropping. He said, let's make one. We made one, and it's a Bruce Jr. at home. He'll be 13. He is 13. So that's my Bruce story. So I'm here again to rekindle the memories, and I'm hoping to conceive again.
Named my first kid Kyle William after Reason to Believe off the Nebraska album. Just been totally a Bruce freak, you know.
You had a baby Friday night, dude. A baby.
I had a baby Friday night at 6:45.
Came home about 8 hours ago.
And the nurse that delivered the baby was named Carol Springsteen. And I told my wife, I said, Monday I'm going. I said, I won't go Wednesday and Thursday, but I said, Monday I'm going because we got a big crowd going.
And is she still in the hospital or is she home now?
She came home yesterday. So she's doing fine. So I said, I left at 2:30.
In my family Bible, dating back to 18 something, this is true, 18 or 17 something, my great-great-great-grandfather married Anna Springsteen from Freehold, New Jersey, and so we think that we might be related.
I just say I'm really thankful for his music. It saved my life, and I think that's about it. I don't think, well, yeah.
That's pretty dramatic.
Yes, I was very depressed when I first heard Born to Run, and it made a big difference. Felt like there was somebody else who felt like I did.
I can tell you this much, Bruce makes me able to deal with everyday life. I can't handle everyday life most of the time. It's too disappointing. And Bruce tells me about people that make me so mad that I could punch them. And he tells me about them and I go, oh, maybe that's what's going on with them. And I look at them different and I think about them different. Working on the highway. I go by those guys now working on the highway and I think about them. Like they're not just some asshole with a flag. They're different. They're somebody now. He makes everyday life important. And to me, that's a hand in the dark, I tell you.
I'm from Port Washington, Wisconsin, about 20 miles north of Milwaukee. We're staying in Freehold tonight.
that's his hometown, you know, and we wanted to stay there and get some pictures. And I lost my brother in '91, and I brought this with me, man. He's the biggest Springsteen fan I ever met, and he's here with me tonight, and it's a tearjerker, it really is, and I wish he was here, and I'm doing it for him. Him and my brother and I have seen him 6 times. Bruce, I came all the way from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I know a lot of people out here are diehard fans, but I always wanted you to know how big of a fan my brother and I were to you. My brother's not here to say it anymore, but I am, and someday I'd just like to shake your hand. I'm a diehard fan, and I love you. Your lyrics have meant...
I dream about Bruce and the band. Clarence sometimes pops in, Federici. It's great. I'm recovering from brain cancer, so I haven't drank in 3 years. Doesn't even matter. You get to this show, the adrenaline just starts going. You can't stop moving. I couldn't sleep all night. I had to go out for a bike ride to get rid of some energy today. I'm so excited.
How did that work?
You know, every time I just listen to his music, and like when you talk about Thunder Road and you're getting out of here to win and pulling out here to win, it just always got me all psyched up, and I just felt, yeah, I could do this, and I did it. And so I feel great about it. In fact, when I was going through chemo and I was all fat and bald, I got to see him in Asbury Park, and it was spectacular. And I go to all the bars where he drinks at, and I go up and down Freehold and Red Bank, and haven't found him yet.
This is my 169th concert. I went to Monmouth College because I knew he played in the bars in the area around there. My higher education was focused around Bruce Springsteen.
Since I was 13 years old, the first time I saw him at the Carlton Theater in Red Bank, New Jersey, when he played for Southside Johnny, when Southside Johnny had strep throat and he came out and played. And ever since, have loved him ever since, have spent my rent money, I did. I mean, when I was about, I guess, 19 years old, I spent my entire rent money, came home, drove on the Parkway with a bag of pennies, because that was the only money that I had left, and would do it again in a second, except that I have 4 children now, so I
quit a job in 1985 to see him play at Giant Stadium. I was working at a sleepaway camp, and the owner wouldn't give me the night off because my best friend's parents got us tickets the night we graduated high school, so I had to quit my job and come down here and see him at Giant Stadium.
Kingston, Ontario, Canada. I'm here to see Bruce, hopefully.
Have tickets?
No, I camped out all day, and I'm hoping to get tickets either for today or tomorrow.
When did you leave Ontario?
We left yesterday night, and we got here about 3 in the morning. I'm just so glad to see them back together again. I went to see them in Cleveland for the opening of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and I drove all the way out there, and it was just great to see them, even if it was just for 3 songs.
I don't know. I love the songs, and I like tattoos, and I figured if I'm gonna have a tattoo, I want it to have something to mean to me, and that's why the sneakers and the neck of the guitar and the whole 9 yards.
A picture of him on our mantle in our fireplace because we sat second row one night and got pictures of him. So he's up there with our family. We've been following for a while.
It's because it's Bruce. That's what it is. I'm a big head jock, man, but this blows away any sports thing you could ever do, man. This is like a religion. This is a happening. We're not out at a concert on Blacktop in New Jersey, someplace in the swamps. This is a happening. This is it. Maybe what this guy does in one night for 3 hours might make my next 4 months go like, what's so fucking bad about this? Boom, man. I saw Bruce 3 months ago. Who cares? I don't give a shit. It mellows me out. This is good.
Come on now, someone's got to get one this.
The first time I saw him was in October of '75 at the Roxy in LA. It was the week he was on time in Newsweek. You know, you see him once, and you got to go again. The next week we went to Santa Barbara and bought tickets because we were so blown away.
The first time I saw him was in '79 at the No Nukes show at the Garden. I've seen every tour since then. I've seen him at club shows down the shore, Stone Pony and Tradewind. For this run, I'm going to see all 15 shows.
I've been to over 60.
Probably about 25 or 30, somewhere in there.
This will be 38 in my lifetime.
So you go to one and you want to go to them all. It just captures you.
Probably seen 30 concerts in my life, and 25 had to be Bruce. You know, after you see Bruce, it's hard to see someone else.
I saw 12 concerts in Europe of Bruce. I spent all my vacation here in New Jersey only for see Bruce.
How many concerts here?
Here, tonight is my 6th concert.
I've come to see Bruce, all the way from Australia, because I didn't think he was going to come to Australia, so I thought I might as well come here to see him. Well, I've been to 5, and I've got another 3 before I go home next week, so cram in as many as I can. I'll have to tell hubby about the Visa card when I get home, but never mind.
I started off this tour in Barcelona on the opening night, and this will be I think it's about my 17th show of the tour.
My name is Gustav Hollenberg, and we are, my wife and my son, we are from Holland. We have seen his first show in 1975 in Holland, and after that he changed our life. Yes, that's the point. Yeah. How? He is a good man, he has a good mind, he has good songs, he has good music. That's why.
I'm coming back again next week to see him closing night, which was originally, those were the original tickets I had, but I knew I'd want to see him more than once. There's a feeling you get when you leave his show, you're dying to just turn right back. It's like a roller coaster. You want to turn right back around and get right back online again and see him again.
One night is not enough. It's just not enough. You know, it's the greatest rock and roll show on earth, and it's a good time, and it's nice to hear to have more than one night.
If Bruce was playing 15 nights every other month, I'd be here for all.
And you know, for us, I mean, we've probably seen 40, 50 shows, and you know, New York City Serenade comes out. You've never ever seen it as one of your favorite songs as a kid. I mean, you keep coming back because you think the next one could be even better, and they have been.
I've listened to his albums, tells you how old I am, over and over again, and yet, so why wouldn't I want to see him in person over and over again?
Maybe some people would think that it's a little bit crazy, but it's really not. People got season tickets to baseball games and football games and basketball games and go see 40, 50 baseball games a year. This is 85 shows over 20 years. That's not so ridiculous.
Because I'm a crazy fan and I got to see him more than once, that's why.
I think a lot of the phenomenon is because Bruce shows up at a lot of places, a lot of bars where they're hanging out. So you kind of, you know, you kind of get that intimacy with him, you know, where he's not some you know, performer that's like untouchable. Yeah.
The Getty station across the street from my house on his motorcycle, filling up. And I had my surfboard and was heading across the street. I was like, Bruce, nice bike. He's like, you like it? He goes, yeah, maybe one day I'll give it to you. I was like, yeah, right. You know, he's just a nice guy, you know what I mean?
Oh, the night I got to kiss him. Back in the early 80s, I was at a bar that Clarence Clemens owns. As he was watching John Cafferty and Beaver Brown play, I tapped him on the shoulder and talked to him for a few minutes, and I asked him for a kiss, and he gave me one.
I used to bartend at the Cafe Bar in Long Branch, and he would come down, he'd call in advance before he would come and say, is the crowd cool or is it not cool? He'd say, we always said it was cool. And he would come down and play, and when I was bartending, as soon as he went on stage, everybody would run away from the bar, and I would take all the money off the bar. So whenever he came, not only did I hear good music, but I made lots of extra money.
I'll tell you what it was that I said. I told him, and it was only a split second. I didn't even know I was going to bump into him. We kind of just pushed into each other, and I looked up, and there was Bruce Springsteen, and I said, it was you that got me through school, through my parents, through girls. I mean, I'm where I am today because of your music, and you're my hero. And he just gave me a look, and he just said, as they were pushing him through into the door, he said, thanks, man, thanks.
I danced on stage with Bruce in Miami in '93.
The man came down off the stage, and I did the bump with him. I almost died.
Here she is. She was on stage with Bruce this month.
Hello. What was it like to dance with Bruce? Best day of my life. Except for having my baby. It was great. Time of a lifetime. I'll never forget it.
Well, I actually shook his hand once because sitting in a wheelchair, somebody escorted him over to me, shook my hand, and that night they actually put me right up in front of the stage, literally almost in front of him. So when he met me, he said, hey, there's the guy with the good seat.
We've seen him in town, that's for sure. He's been at our high school. I worked there. He came to visit. Unfortunately, it was one day I wasn't in school, and he kind of really disrupted school. It was the first time he had been back since he graduated. Everyone in school got to see him, and I wasn't there the day he came in. The only time he came to school, he's been at Freehold Borough since he graduated, I wasn't there that day.
Doug, how does that make you feel?
It makes me feel just wonderful. Everyone got their picture with him, and I don't have one, so.
Bruce's Christmas party last year at the Rum Runner. I drove up to have dinner there, and they said, "Are you here for Bruce's party?" And I went, "Bruce's party?" And I walked upstairs and I went to his party. And I stayed the whole party, and I ate and drank, and he never questioned why I was there. I live in Brielle, New Jersey, and no, I saw him sing, and I thought it was the greatest thing I ever did.
It was a rainy day, and we decided we had to find his house in Rumson, so we went to the Dairy Queen and ordered ice cream, and then said, "Oh, by the way, do you know where Bruce Springsteen lives?" And they directed us right to his house. And I have a picture of me holding his newspaper out in front of his house and pointing to his house. I'm in the bushes in front of his house, and then all of a sudden he came out and went jogging with his bodyguard. So we chased him for about an hour. Every time he saw our car, he would run and hide. And finally, about an hour later, we saw where he hid, and we yelled, "Mr. Springsteen, will you come out and talk to us?" And he said, "If I come out and talk to you, will you leave me alone?" And then he came walking out of the bushes with his hand out, and he said, "Hi, how are you? I'm Bruce Springsteen." And we shook his hand, and it was fabulous. And I had one picture left on my roll, and it was the best picture. I have it in like every size all around my house. It was a great experience.
When was it?
August 8th, 1987. Not that I have it memorized or anything, but it was a great day. And I never bothered him again. I sent the card to him, I mean the picture, I sent it to him for Christmas. I sent him a Christmas card and thanked him for meeting us and sent the picture, so maybe he's got it hanging up somewhere.
Go to a live show. The albums don't do the shows justice. Go to a live show, get a video, whatever it takes, see him live, and you will be converted like that.
The VH1 was showing the No Nukes concert from '79, and showed the live performance of Thunder Road from there, and it just seeing the live performance of that just got me.
This T-shirt is from the first time I saw Bruce, which was at RPI, 11th row in a 3,000-seat arena, and I was hooked for life, 1977.
Well, seeing Springsteen was the clincher. That was it.
I think you just got to see him live. He's just pretty tremendous.
I went to pick up tickets for Kenny Rankin at the Bottom Line, and the guy who works there said, "Hey, you want to come and see somebody new?" I said, "Sure," and I went inside, and there he was. I was blown away. I actually went 5 nights in a row.
Like one of my mom's friends saw the concert, one of the past concerts, and she said she was a convert, so maybe that'll happen to me.
All I'd say to anybody, and I've done it to a lot of people, is I'm going to take you to see him, because until you see the guy, you will not know what it's all about. And I've brought this year probably 20 people that I've bought tickets for that hadn't seen him before, and they've all come out with the same conclusion. And I think before they saw him, they thought I was crazy, and now I think they understand what it's all about.
I've been a fan since his very start.
Since '74.
When he first came out. My husband can't believe I'm here, so, yeah. He's the square person in the family.
Since Bruce has been around.
And I've been a fan since October 12, 1974, when I saw him at Rutgers in the second row, and Bruce jumped down on the floor singing Thunder Road, and we hugged him, and we've been fans forever for 25 years.
25 years at least, because I went to high school with him.
Since I was 3.
And how old are you now?
11.
Since I was 7.
I went to my first show when I was 8 years old in Giant Stadium in '85.
4th grade, and my parents took me to the Born in the USA tour. Been a fan ever since.
Since I was 12 years old.
Since I was 15 and I'm 44.
Loved him when I was back in high school.
Since I was in high school over 15 years ago.
Ever since we went to the bars in Asbury Park in high school. Probably
when I was 13. I'm 40 now. We've been Bruce fans all our lives.
All my life. Forever.
Basically forever.
Forever.
The first time I saw Bruce was in 1971 in a little bar in Boston. It was like a group of friends playing on stage that were having a great time, and they wanted you to have a great time, and he conveyed that so easily without any kind of effort.
Close to 30 years, back to my days at Monmouth College and Steel Mill and the beginnings of the E Street Band.
Since the beginning, early 70s.
Since 1975.
I've been watching since 75.
Since 75, since I first heard Born to Run.
It's like 1975.
August 15th, 1978. First time I saw him. Darkness into town. He opened up and Prove It all night, and it changed my life forever. Nothing was ever quite as good. Nothing ever tasted quite as good as that night. Best rock and roll performer I ever saw in my life. Man, come out there, do 4 hours, totally committed to the audience. And during the entire course of his career, hasn't changed one bit in the integrity and belief he has in his music.
Since 79.
Early 80s.
Since 1980.
We were brought up on his music.
From the womb.
Yes.
Our parents used to play it to us when they were pregnant. Yes.
That's it. Since I was born in the USA.
Since Born in the USA was released.
15 years? I'd say over 20 years.
12 or 14 years.
20 years.
She's a Bruce
virgin.
Haven't seen one. This is our first concert.
This is my first concert also.
This is my first concert, and I'm really thrilled.
We were born and raised next to Bruce.
All my life, ever since a little kid.
Since I was 20 days old. That was 20 days after I was born, Born to Run came out. And I had my headphones on. And
I've been listening to Bruce since I was in my mom's stomach.
It's the concert of the century.
I hear it's the #1 live show to see right now.
It's the only great rock and roll tour to hit the concert scene. I have to say, I go everywhere. I go to everybody. I have very eclectic taste, and this is still the one that I would sleep outside to get tickets for.
It's really just a sense of euphoria to see him live.
You're high and happy and you feel great, and there's no downside to it. It's almost like this should be illegal. That you shouldn't be able to have this much fun without paying a price later.
When they step on the stage, you're on top of the world. It's like you feel like you won the lottery. It's such a high feeling.
The shows, they make you feel fantastic. They kind of bring you to another level. They kind of just really make you feel great. And every single show is a different experience. It's really great.
Bruce fan is someone who's dedicated, someone who cares about the music, the man, and everything that is great about rock and roll.
He's one of the only performers that doesn't need like a light show or smoke or mirrors. It's just him. It's his music, and that's it.
You have to experience a concert. I think Bruce Springsteen's an experience more than just a name or an album.
Boy, he performs best live. He's the biggest showman and stageman. He gets that from Elvis.
He is my Elvis. Bruce is my Elvis.
The energy that he has, just exudes, out into the audience, and the audience just gets swept up in it.
There's an energy about Bruce.
This show, as it's always been, has always been in a class by itself.
The intensity.
The best live show you'll ever see. 3 hours of chills.
You actually want him to leave the stage because you're so tired.
Opening night when I was here, I walked out of this place and I was drained. It was just such an uplifting experience. It's phenomenal.
You're up and you're rocking. And I found that since '78, which was the first time I saw him, and I saw him all subsequent tours after that, it was always the same. Last time I saw him was his last trip in '93, and it was the same thing. We were still rocking. It didn't matter what age that we were, and here we are again.
He electrifies the crowd. You can tell when everybody just jumps up when he starts playing a song that everybody likes, and he just electrifies everybody. He's awesome.
How incredible it must be for him to look out and see these people that are just in such, in such awe and just so excited, and, it must be really incredible. But he shows that. He gives it back to the audience. He gives 100% every time he plays, and you feel it, you know it.
I think one of the most important things to me has always been the integrity, because he always gave us, an awesome amount of work for the money that we had to pay and the effort we had to go through to be there. It always came through. To put that kind of energy on stage that he does is a miracle in itself, in my opinion.
He can reel you in and then throw you back out, cash you out there. And it's fun to be manipulated by the man, Bruce. He really does. You sit down at one of his concerts and he grabs you.
Has you up, down, up, down, up, down. It tells you to sit down.
No matter what, he's in control of the audience and takes you along on a ride that you don't ever forget.
I just recognized greatness when I saw it, and I've never seen anything like him. I truly believe he's the greatest live performer that ever lived, and I have watched concerts from Janis Joplin till the present day, and he's the best that ever lived, in my opinion.
As a performer, he's a real hard worker on stage. He uses every bit of energy that he has, his band. They get everybody involved.
The thing is, I love passion in my performers. I love passion, passion, passion. I cannot have enough passion. And Bruce just, he portrays passion. He just really gets into the music, and any guy that's singing, I can see the veins popping at, in his neck and his head, and that's what really gets me into Bruce. I mean, he's just the best live performer ever.
In the middle.
And I would like to thank him for reuniting with the E Street Band. The E Street Band lends the power to his music and the majesty to his music.
E Street Band's the greatest rock and roll band in the history of music live. Greatest live band there's ever been.
I mean, when Miami Steve Van Zandt comes out there, woo! And Clarence, when he gets going, the tambourine and the sax.
He's not the same without them.
I think that they belong together and they should stay together because they have just such a great energy on stage.
Yeah, it's like a high school reunion. You know, you come back and all the guys are there.
They're not just a band. They're a rock and roll era. They are a rock and roll era. Got that? Rock and roll era.
My father sort of grew up with Bruce. They both grew up in Freehold. And when my dad was about, I guess, 18 or 19, the way I've heard it is they conned a local minister into letting them use the hall of a local church. And they turned it into a teen club called the Left Foot. Bruce's band, the Castiles, was the house band.
And I remember going to see Bruce at the Left Foot in Freehold around 1967 when I was a freshman in high school. And an older friend of mine says, you gotta go see this band, the Castiles. I saw him later on as Earth. I saw him later on as the Bruce Springsteen Band and Steel Mill. I saw him when he played with Southern Conspiracy, which is a band that, everybody else should have, seen.
Rock and roll lives, and it lives with Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band. It's good to see him back with the boys.
If you look at American music today, he's one of the few bands that exist, or few artists that exist. It's pure red, white, and blue rock and roll. It's just the best traditional rock that's out there, and I love them all my life.
I have been to many, many concerts over the years, and I have never seen anyone who even comes close to Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band in concert. They just look like they're having the best time, and the interaction between the band and the energy and the passion is just, you're drained afterwards because you go through it all with them.
He still conveys that sense of rock and roll as a liberating force. I think that he still believes in the music as something separate from commerce, and that's a great thing.
I mean, we have 9 older brothers and sisters that taught us about Motown and the Beatles and real rock and roll. And we grew up and we had nothing. And we find this Bruce Springsteen guy, there it is. There's the rock and roll. There it is.
Bruce fan is somebody that really appreciates life and can understand the meaning of his songs.
Listen to the music and just read the lyrics.
He's a poet in every way that a poet's a poet. He writes and people understand and they can feel for whatever he says.
His music speaks to my life. He has an amazing ability to get inside the mind of a person and describe the human experience.
Somebody needs to have that poetic way of putting life into perspective for everybody.
His words are like, I think, oh, I wish I'd said that.
Bruce is my favorite writer. I just love what he writes. It's poetry to me, everyday poetry. It's hard to write that kind of stuff. And he makes me care about things. He makes me care about people who are hungry that I forget about day in and day out. He makes me care about immigrants that I just go, oh, there are too many of them. And he makes me think about them as individual people. He does real good.
It's just like you're going to see an old friend or something and learn more about his life and learn more about life through his music.
Like I said earlier, it's Hemingway and leather.
He's a storyteller as well as a musician, you know what I mean?
He definitely has what I believe is a gift from God, and I love his lyrics.
When I hear his songs, I think of the beach, and that's the magic,
The songs are timeless.
You know what? I used to hate him.
I used to hate him, and then I heard Tunnel of Love, and I loved Tunnel of Love. I thought it was the greatest song I've ever heard. And I started liking him from there and bought all of his old albums, and then I realized how awesome he was.
All of his music has a message, whether it talks about loyalty or faith or family or ethics or something. There's always something behind the music.
About everyday life. That's what it really is all about. You know, that's what he touches. It's about everyday life.
It's reality. It's the hard driving life that we all face. We have a job, we have families, we have, you know, all the things we have to do in our life, and Bruce is talking to that reality of it.
An ability to express in a 3.5-4 minute song emotions that touch the deepest part of your soul.
It makes me feel like I'm part of what he's talking about.
It passes away the nights when you're back in Ottawa and it's -40. You throw on Bruce and, I mean, you're there.
You can just feel like a whole range of emotions.
It makes me happy, it makes me sad, it makes me reminisce.
What he sings, it comes from the heart, man. He loves it.
I don't know, he's a very special man because he connects with what everybody hopes and dreams and worries about, and it's very real, you know.
Hope is what it's all about, because once you lose hope, why would I even be standing here today? It's all about hope. Hope makes you go to work the next day. Hope makes you do something with your kids the next day. Hope makes you just, you know, try different things. Hope.
He gets in your soul.
I think it's the spiritual themes that run through most of his music.
He's got faith and hope. You know, and sometimes I lose my faith and my hope, and then I listen to Promised Land and I find my faith and my hope all over again. You know, that there is that you have to look at the bright side, you know, and that he, through his struggles with, do I have to explain this to you? Through his struggles, you know, with his father or his family or his love life or his fucked upness, whatever it was his struggle through, he, has an underlying positive attitude that I find to be redeeming.
He says, walk tall or baby don't walk at all. I like that one a lot.
And what does that mean for you?
It means be proud of yourself, you know, no matter what you're doing. And, you know, it just kind of touches a nerve for everybody, I think.
And he's got a song out on the tracks right now that says, I have a promise I'm not afraid to keep. That's very profound for a man to say that I want to make a commitment to you and I have a promise that I'm not afraid to keep. He's very romantic.
His music is about faith, it's about hope, it's about compassion, it's about the mystery, the magic, and the promise of rock and roll.
See, I don't think of it as rock and roll. No, I really don't. Because I think rock and roll music is the 50s rock and roll music. Bruce is more of a poet. And, you know, rock and roll, let's face it, really, there's not a lot of poetry in rock and roll.
And I heard an interview with him once when he was looking back on when he was just starting out. And he said, well, there's plenty of people out there playing and plenty of guitar players out there, but there's not a lot of people writing, so maybe I ought to concentrate on writing. And that's what he did, and look where it got him. You know, I think that's what separates him from everybody else.
119 in the middle.
My favorite song is Hungry Heart. Hungry Heart. Hungry Heart.
Born in the USA.
10th Avenue Freeze Out.
Cadillac Ranch.
My hometown. Pink Cadillac.
Badlands. Badlands. Badlands.
Why?
Badlands. Well, tells about the tough life and struggling through, and you know that you got to break through the hardships of life and get through. Bruce managed to do it, and I think everybody has a Badlands in their life that they have to get through. My favorite song is Incident on 57th Street.
Where the bands are.
My Southbound Train.
Tunnel of Love.
Human Touch.
Really like Jersey Girl.
Tunnel of Love is my favorite.
Badlands.
Jungle Land.
Jersey Girl.
Loose Ends.
Born in the USA.
Born to Run.
Born to Run.
Probably Born to Run.
There's two songs I really like. Thunder Road, which seems to exemplify his maturity. It's a town full of losers and we're pulling out of here to win. And also Independence Day, which is about his late father, and he talks about his struggles about growing up in adolescence. I'm a firm believer that most creativity is derivative of some deep heartfelt emotion, and I think both those songs came from there.
Favorite song is definitely Thunder Road. Thunder Road.
Thunder Road.
Thunder Road.
Thunder Road. Thunder Road. Oh, Thunder Road is my all-time favorite song.
Thunder Road.
Thunder Road.
My favorite song is Thunder Road.
Thunder Road.
Thunder Road.
Our wedding song was Thunder Road.
Probably Thunder Road.
like a lot of other people.
It's a song about taking life, taking your destiny in your own hands, and refusing to be satisfied with what you have, and going out and you know, doing what you want to do, despite the circumstances that you might find yourself in. I guess now that I think about it, that is sort of how I feel about life, that people, many people get trapped in the circumstances they're in simply because they don't think that they have the ability to rise above it. And here's a guy who said, you know, the hell with it, I'm going, you know, I'm getting out of here, I'm going someplace better.
In 1992, when I was leaving Cohoes for the last time, setting out to find a new world, leaving my twin sister, and packed up all my stuff, and I just, tears in my eyes, I just said, I gotta get out of this town, and I said, it's a town full of losers, and I'm pulling out of here to win. And it's true. And now we're in Baltimore, Maryland, and having a great life. I have my own firm. Everything's good. Thanks to Bruce, because it was a town full of losers, and I did pull out to win. Thank God.
Yeah, right. I originally came to New Jersey in 1981 after seeing Bruce Springsteen in concert in Largo, Maryland. He absolutely, totally blew me away, deep down in my soul, so much that I followed the man to New Jersey in my van, lived on the streets of Asbury Park in my van, and the first person that I saw when I pulled into New Jersey was Bruce Springsteen. I pulled up next to the Stone Pony, got out of my van, walked around the corner, and there he was, my dream of a man for a soul, was standing there eating a hot dog at Mrs. J's. And I couldn't stop. I didn't want to bother him, and I kept walking. I didn't even say hello. And I stayed. I stayed in my van in New Jersey for 3 weeks. I found a job, I found work. I've been here ever since. I'm originally from Baltimore, Maryland, hungry heart. And now I met my husband. It's been almost 20 years. I met my husband at Mrs. J's, and we have a lovely, beautiful son. I'm a registered nurse now, and I owe all of that to Bruce and his music. And I wouldn't trade any of it for anything in the whole wide world.
Promised Land, that's one of my favorites.
It's Backstreets.
Growing Up, East Street Shuffle, The Wild and the Innocent.
Candy's Room.
She's the One.
But I love For You.
Jersey Girl.
Probably have to be Tunnel of Love, believe it or not. I love Tunnel of Love, but if you had to give me the Desert Island disc, it would be The River.
Glory Days.
Glory Days. Glory Days. Why? Because I can remember them.
Bruce, I think he relates to the audience. He gives so much to the audience of his energy, and
he's from New Jersey.
And he's from New Jersey.
I would say if you're from Minnesota or somewhere else in the rest of the country, you would have to travel to New Jersey. It's more intense here because he is from here.
We are the biggest Springsteen fans from Minnesota. There's a lot of people from Minnesota that I've met out here, seen, but we claim to be the #1 fans from Minnesota. So the only license plate from Minnesota, at least, we've seen. So, you know, everybody loves Bruce Springsteen out here, but I'm impressed with everybody knowing all the older songs, Jungle Land and stuff like that. Everybody seems to know all the words, which you wouldn't probably get in other states.
It's nothing like a hometown show because the fans know you the best.
And of course, opening up his world tour in the United States with New Jersey, that's just phenomenal.
I come from New Jersey, having a cousin from New Jersey, and having a family from New Jersey, having him from New Jersey. That's what makes a Bruce Springsteen fan.
We're Jersey boys, you know, we love the man.
Had to see a show in Jersey.
Seeing him in Jersey, seeing him in his homeland, I mean, can't beat it with a stick, you know? This is what it's all about.
This is his home. Look at right there, sold out. 15 shows. Nobody else does that anywhere.
I think anybody who's from New Jersey who's a Bruce fan can relate to what he's singing about, especially if you're from the shore, you're working class, you grew up down the shore.
I think that there's an element of life that's characterized in his songs in New Jersey that cuts across all communities of America. It's not just about New Jersey, so maybe that's why I can relate to it also.
New Jersey, yes, New Jersey is it's like where I live, because I live in Milan, and it's an industrial city, and it's very same. And the Bruce Springsteen song, I find the same situation of my life. And if Bruce is born in the United States, I'm born in Italy, but it's the same. It's the same things. Also about factory, about girl, about drive, and drive or racing in the street in the night. It's the same things.
This is where any true Bruce fan wants to see him, and with the E Street Band. New Jersey's always kind of been a mythical place to me. It's kind of a magical place that doesn't exist in reality.
These are the Jersey Shore places that he sung and places that he sings about and where he's lived. Bruce is the only singer that I know of that really creates a sense of place in his songs, so that you know this place before you even get here by listening to the songs. And then you want to try to find the places he's talking about, and it's really hard when all the books that you might have read are back at home. And so this is an easy way to find the different places that he's singing about.
You know, a lot of people pick on Jersey, and I think Bruce is proud to be from Jersey, and he's, you know, he talks about life experiences in Jersey, in Freehold.
With me, it was just his music was great, you know, and seeing him in Freehold, like growing up in Freehold. I mean, that's hometown, you know, to be from the town that he, you know, grew up in.
I think his perception of New Jersey is he loves his home state. He's grounded in his roots. He appreciates where he came from. And I mean, I think everyone from New Jersey should be proud to have someone like Bruce Springsteen coming from their home state.
Proud to be a New Jerseyan.
Oh, 9 years old up to 90. I mean, there's an appeal that you can't pass.
The Bruce fans are great. They bring their kids out. There's people here of all ages.
So how long have you been a Bruce fan?
Almost my whole life, really.
Almost your whole life? So how old are you?
I'm 7. My dad started me on it, and I think I like his music.
I'm into, I like that kind of music, like the rock and roll.
I like how he gets excited when he hears the audience scream.
Everybody's got a hungry heart.
Last summer we had to learn all the words to Thunder Road. It's our mom's favorite song.
And it's such a classic.
And I really wanted to take my son. So I wanted him to experience what we did. I think it's, you know, I want him to get the whole thing, the tailgating, everything. It's just, you know, something they should do. I'm excited that I'm here, but I'm more excited that he's here too.
I have 3 sons, and all 3 of them I've seen him. My youngest one will come again Sunday. He's 8, and they all love him.
It reminds me of happy times when I was a kid. It's a great thing for my brother and I to do together. It keeps us really close.
She bought me my first Springsteen record. I'm the younger brother.
He has such a wide array of people that follow him. He's amazing. He just knows how to work a crowd, definitely.
Every one of his concerts are special because he can take an arena this size and make it feel this big. It's the intimacy he puts into his music.
And when he performs, it's just for you. All 20,000 people feel it's just for them. And that's the beauty of Bruce. Why is Thunder Road my favorite song? Because he's singing it to me personally about me. Didn't you know that?
I feel like I'm Wendy in Born to Run. I feel like I'm Sandy in 4th of July Asbury Park. You know, I feel like the girl in Candy's room. I relate to the characters. I see myself in the songs.
Working in the fields till you get your backs burned. Working the wheels till you get your facts learned. Baby, I got my facts learned real good right now. Now, why does that stand out? Well, actually, I'm managing a farm in Maryland. That's why working in the fields, you know. Okay. So, and I was a mechanic, so underneath the wheels, so stands out in my mind.
As he grows older and his lyrics change to match his lifestyle, we're keeping up with him.
He'd release an album, he'd be singing about things that I was facing in my life.
He captures the audience like nobody else. He gets everybody into it. When he talks to you, you feel like he's talking to you individually. You just feel connected with him. He's got a knack.
When I heard the story he tells before the River on his live album about how when he was supposed to go to Vietnam and he failed the test and his father wouldn't, you know, his father was happy and he didn't get along with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that just gives you chills.
It, I mean, never gets stale. It's always fantastic, and I can always relate to it, yeah.
You know, freshman year in high school was not my favorite year. Didn't really like high school. Had a hard time, and listened to Born to Run every single night for almost my entire freshman year. And I don't know why it got me through it, but
it just, there was something that, you just get this feeling that he didn't have an easy time of it either, but rose above it and managed to struggle through. And there was something even at 14 that I managed to tap into that. And I would come home from school and hate it and hate everybody, and I would listen to that album and be like, well, it's only 4 years. There is life beyond high school.
But it's just kind of about that struggle of growing up and trying to figure out who you are and where you're going.
Every time I go to a concert, the next night I have a dream about him. He just connects so much with the audience. I feel like he's with me, and I have a dream about him the next night, that he's like my best friend and I'm hanging out with him.
I think he's trying to say two hearts are better than one, that connection with another person is real important. At least one other person.
In all of his songs, you can tell that he really feels what he's singing about, and I don't know, I think that's appealing. That he reaches so many people on so many different levels. I think it's emotional.
It's just something special between him and the fans.
There's something about the music that runs deeper that makes me consider myself a fanatic.
But anybody that gets to be a fan of Springsteen kind of recognizes the same things in him, which is not only his greatness as a performer, but his humanity and the way he treats the fans. That's why people are so fanatic about him, I think, because if you meet him, and a lot of people have met him, he treats you like a real human being, and that makes you love him because he doesn't have to. He's rich and he's great, and he doesn't have to treat you well, and he does.
He connects. That's what makes him so deep as an artist, because he connects to his soul and portrays it to his fans and in his music. And he's not afraid to express different types of music, which I admire the most.
The heart is how he works from the soul, and he sings from the soul.
He is one of my heroes. I understand exactly where he's coming from. I've been there. And it's helped me a lot throughout my life.
It brings about the sense of being a husband, being in love, being out of love, finding love, what your children mean to you in terms of seeing them grow up as being a part of you and trying to teach them values.
He's no better than me, he's no worse than me. He has the same problems, he has the same joys as I do.
It's music that we can relate to, and it helps us get through life.
Oh yeah, I always feel like he's singing to me. And that's wonderful, isn't it? Oh, it is.
I'd have to say, if Bruce can't connect with you and you don't get it, then you don't get it, and I'm sorry.
The best thing about Bruce is that he's every guy in this parking lot. He's every guy. He's every guy and every woman. He's everybody that's here. We're all the same people.
I think that his initial appeal, to the common man and to people who maybe aren't as fortunate as others, and that kind of appealed to us.
His song is about people, about common people. So I can relate to a lot of his songs. Like I can relate Factory to my own grandfather.
A lot of my family works in a factory. I can totally identify. I like the fact that he addresses that part of life.
From a factory town myself, Detroit, and kind of blue collar kind of upbringing. It's just it's always been kind of like a soundtrack to my life.
He sees the heroes in the everyday American trying to live an ordinary, productive life.
And that's the heroism that it's all about.
He's down to earth. He's one of us.
We all grew up in Brooklyn, middle-class neighborhoods, and he was just the working man's soul.
And I think he writes about real people.
He has the kind of music that's gonna, stand the test of time. It's working class kind of music.
Really kind of just tied into our, the kind of working class, hardcore town mentality that Freehold has, which is,
working,
good people trying to make a living, supporting their families, making a go of it. A lot of immigrant families. My family being, immigrant family from Italy, making a go of it, having no money, but making a business that's 75 years old and doing really well. And Bruce went there and ate a lot of pizzas in his early days. Still goes there and eats a lot of pizzas.
And I laid it on him.
The lyrics have gotten smarter, brighter, and sharper, and more in tune with the common man and the man that works, and that's why I like him.
The Nebraska albums, the Tom Joad albums, these reach out to all America. Even to America that a lot of rock and roll is not getting to. The Ghost of Tom Joad reaches out to, the last end of the millennium's immigrants. This is a country that still, has promise
It has sadness, but it's got promise. And this is a guy that's still kind of looking, you make $57 million in 1 year. You think, you lose touch. And he hasn't lost touch.
He really cares about fellow man, and all the tours he does I always try to go to all the benefit shows, the Feed the Hungry, and I think that's very important. I think it's a big part of his music to try and help each other out.
He contributes a lot to humanity, helps out people who need help.
Just does so much. He gives so much back, and he's a regular guy. Just a normal guy that's made it big.
He remembers where he came from, I think. He hasn't, forgotten his roots and the places where he was before he was a millionaire, and he still can convey that in a way that is meaningful to those of us who aren't millionaires.
He understands what people feel in their hearts. I mean, it's more of a heart than a mind thing, and I just always felt that he's just really, he hits it on the head of what people are thinking.
He can really put it on a level that, everybody can understand and everybody can feel. And I mean, he's talked about his father and the pains he's had from his father. And where does the best music come from? People's pains. I mean, look at all the blues. And where Bruce takes a lot of inherited of blues in his songs. And that's where you get a lot of that, and you get a lot of the truth and honesty that he sings about.
The working ethic that comes through in his music is something akin to what everybody's trying to do to get by and make a living, no matter what they do. And I think they're going to understand that no matter where they are.
I think that I like the music so much because it's real.
I've never met the guy, but he seems like he's just a real down-to-earth guy, just doing what he loves to do and making a decent living at it.
I mean, rags to riches. The guy came from nowhere, he made it big. And everybody understands where he came from. Today, I could talk to you, come down the street right now, and I could talk to him.
It just feels like Bruce Springsteen could be any one of us. He just is like a common guy. He drives a truck to work, and it could be me up there for the lack of musical talent. It could be me, and good looks and a good figure. That's it. Other than that, I'm a rock star.
There is no one like Bruce in the history of rock and roll. No one with the integrity, no one with the spirit, no one with the intestinal fortitude to put on the type of shows that Bruce puts on every night. You got that?
Bruce is in 4 categories. He's a writer, he's a singer, he's a performer, and he's a human being. He understands human nature.
It's the combination of what he's written and the way he presents it that really bowls you over. There's just a lot of passion and commitment and realism.
You can see in his face, you can hear in the lyrics, the guy really means what he says. And you don't find that too often.
He sings the truth.
It's integrity.
Loyalty.
The only reason why I like him is because he's down to earth. I don't know how else to say that. I'm a very down to earth person, and he's just so natural, and his words are from experiences and life, things that happened to him. It's not made up, and he's not screaming like some heavy metal wackos.
I think he's every man. I think he's what if you could imagine yourself being successful, being a musician, that's the guy you'd want to be on stage. That's the music you want to be making.
He can get up here and he can rock like nobody else at 50 years old, and he did it when he was 25, but he can still sit back down and do acoustic folk music and have more meaning in any song that he does than anybody has in any book or article or song previously written or thought about.
I think his music's very honest in the stuff that he sings about, and he always has, so.
He keeps true to himself. He doesn't let fame and fortune knock him off what his beliefs or anything like that.
It's a mindset. It's the heart of America.
Always makes you cheer up when you hear a Bruce song.
Because he's the best.
It helped to shape the person I am today, for better or worse.
When I was 12 years old, and from this time Bruce changed my life. How? In better, because with his singing, I understand a lot of things where I can't believe.
His love for people and his family. He's a real guy.
He's now a family man, and I appreciate that. That's great.
Life, American life, way of life.
What makes a Bruce fan, the words to his songs, excitement, the way he performs on stage.
He still has it, and I think that the music, his lyrics, the way he sings, it is singing to us. And there's nobody that performs like him, ever has and ever will.
He writes from the heart first. You don't get it if you haven't been to a show, but it's also
just the emotion that he brings those words to life. That it's something that's authentic, that's going to make you'll just remember it. You know, it's almost like, you know, how can you describe an amazing sunset? You can't describe it. You can't describe it. It's just something that makes you feel like you've seen something real.
I guess his confidence, you know, and his sense of strong direction and the way he had discipline in his life in order to get where he got. You know, he was just an ordinary kid with nobody famous behind him, pushing him or helping him. He just had real focus. And I think everybody in that generation recognized real success, you know, from a small town kid. And they honor it, respect it. At least I do. I think he's a remarkable example of what you can do in America.
I love his music. We all grew up with it, and that's that's one thing that always kept us together as friends through 30-something years. So that's what it's meant to me, my friends as well.
It makes me feel good to be alive. It's just his music is a celebration of life.
It's kind of an intangible about what it is that strikes a nerve with me and Bruce, but the man is incredible. I feel that every lifetime has one superstar. Elvis Presley hit the generation before us, maybe Frank Sinatra, and we have Bruce.
It's not so much the music, even though the music is why we're here. But when this ends and the music stops, it's all these people here in this lot tonight that take that music and live that music and live that message and live the promise and the faith and the hope that he conveys in his songs. The people who live that every day, people around us right now, it's because of them that Bruce Springsteen will live on forever. Something special happened in this parking lot over the last month for me. I've been here 15 shows. You know, it's hard to explain, it's hard to put it into words, but it's, I don't know, something in the night, magic.
He is the king of New Jersey, the king of rock and roll, the boss of rock and roll. His name is Bruce Springsteen, born September 23rd, 1949, and there is nobody that can rock like the boss, because he is the man. That's right. Yeah.
Into the sun, dance just like a Casanova, with my blackjack and jacket and hair slick sweet, silver star studs on my duds like a Harley in heat. I could stood down the street, I could feel its heartbeat. The sisters fell back, said, "Don't that man look pretty?" The cripple on the corner cries out, "Nickels for your pity." Them gasoline boys downtown sure talk pretty. It's so hard to be a saint in the city.
You know, and when it comes, oh, here's my brother-in-law.
The shows are supposed to be 3 hours. The interviews aren't supposed to be 3 hours. Thank you very much.
I told him I hated Murder Incorporated. I did.
She's such a girl I can't stand. I mean, Bruce is a man of, I know, is a man of many emotions. That's an important part of it. This tour, we're just going to rock, Henry. Get over it, please. You got 3 guitars up there. It's time to rock.
Who is this guy? What is he? Who is he? Damn Italian?
Audio therapy, that's what it is. It's audio therapy.
I have a trunk home, probably bigger than my truck, full of memorabilia. We just lost about $100. I bought every souvenir over there that I needed. So, and I even got the one with his little picture on it. See, just love it.
You tell him about his yeah.
And he's the George Lucas of music, in my opinion. So I'd like to see him complete some of his stories that he paints so eloquently in his lyrics. He's bringing me along for the ride, and I just want to stay in the car.
Tell them the venues.
Well, let's see. We started out at Burlington County College, then we went to the Satellite in Cookstown, Main Point in Philly, Wagner College in Philly, Trenton War Memorial, Tower Theater, Bottom Line, Meadowlands opening night, Spectrum, wherever else you want to name. Giant Stadium, Veterans. I'm old. Maryland a couple times. Yep, a bunch of times all over the place. When I was in high school, I saw him at the Hammersmith Odeum in England. We were on an exchange trip with our high school band.
Today, if I get in, is my 57th show.
And how many concerts are you planning on seeing here?
I have this one and 2 other shows here at the Meadowlands, 4 shows in Philly, and I'll probably drive down to locally, DC and up to Boston, and thinking about going to Las Vegas or Los Angeles for that loop.
I'd fly pretty much anywhere to go see him.
I flew in 7:15 on North Carolina, yeah. Just for the show, man. They got my boys. I haven't seen them in 4 years.
We haven't seen each other, and we all went to high school together, grade school together.
When I was in high school, I played football. At our homecoming football game, after 15 years of not having a winning season, we were winning. And they had punted the ball, and we were down close to our end zone, and there was a timeout, and we were in the huddle. And there were 3 of us, and we turned around and looked at the scoreboard. And there were 2 guys standing right along the fence underneath the scoreboard. And you looked, looks like Bruce. No, it couldn't be. It couldn't be. Well, about a minute later, the announcer at the school says, "Ladies and gentlemen, the most famous alumnus of Freehold," and these 2 guys take off like a shot. Bruce Springsteen is here. Now, here we are thinking that finally we had a good season. There'll be a lot of people watching the game. The entire stadium empties out and chases this guy. It was like a swarm of bees attacking Bruce Springsteen. They jumped the fence, tried to chase him down the road as he jumped in his car.
Friday Assembly, 1966, South Orange Junior High. Max Weinberg gets on the stage all by himself with the drums, and the entire place goes nuts. This is when the Beatles were big and everybody else. The principal of the school had to get up in between assemblies and say, "If it happens again, I'm shutting the whole room down." They screamed louder than ever. It was unbelievable. I was a happening guy. I think I was like 14.
Now that we have 2 children, I said to Mark, I said, now I know why I would ask Bruce Springsteen. After he did 2 shows in a row, and he's laying in bed with Patty in the morning exhausted, like what happens when all those kids come running and jump on him in the bed? Like, does he take care of the kids all day, or is he running around, and how does he function? Because after 10 shows, I'm tattered. I'm so exhausted, everything hurts.
I hope this isn't the last Saturday night in the Meadowlands with Bruce. I hope not.
Never retire.
I just hope he keeps on writing until the day he dies.
Don't stop right now. You didn't finish. The story still has to go on.
Keep writing, because we're going to keep listening.
Thanks for the connections.
Thank you for the journey. Thank you for being the companion.
Thanks for a lot of years of friendship.
Thank you, Bruce, for being in my life. That's it. Makes it a better world to live in.
Thanks for putting into words and feelings, you know, our lives and the points in our lives.
That he's touched me in different ways, and as far as relating to his search to try to make something real in this world and to be a better person.
You know, thanks for the music that's been with me since I've been 15 years old. Got tears in my eyes. It just means so much to me. You know, I mean.
I would thank him for writing the soundtrack to my life, because every event in my life has been accompanied by a lyric that he's written, and it's been going on for 20 some odd years, and I hope he records 25 more years of great music. I really do.
He's done a good job through everything. He's done a good job.
You deserve it all, Bruce. You deserve it all.
This is night 15 of the 15-night stand in the Meadowlands. On his way, he's leaving New Jersey out to conquer America. On his way to Boston next, Boston, D.C., Philadelphia, and Points, Detroit, and Points West. America, you're in for a great show. What else you need to know, darling? Don't be laughing now. Keep the questions coming.